Welcome back to the Corporate Sister TV, where we discuss all things career, business, and lifestyle for working women. My name is Solange Lopes, and I am the founder of the Corporate Sister website and brand. In this episode, we're talking about this dreaded two-letter word that many, if not most of us, are afraid to utter at work, and it is the word no. How to say no at work in an effective, productive, non-offensive way that doesn't leave us running to the bathroom for cover, right? Saying no at work can be challenging, especially for us as working women. We already face so many obstacles in the workplace and in our businesses, from the pay gap to the glass ceiling to the concrete wall to the mommy bias. I mean, in terms of obstacles and challenges, we're really served at work as working women, right? So adding to it, the simple fact that we can be asked to do something and having to decline can be quite challenging, which is the reason why many of us end up overwhelmed and frustrated because we keep taking on demands, commitments, obligations, meetings, deadlines from other people out of a fear of being misjudged, misperceived, or that we would just miss out on some form of career or advancement at work if we dared to say this dreaded two-letter word, no. But actually, the reality is accepting everything and anything from everybody at work in terms of projects, assignments, meetings, deadline, commitments, and obligations can actually produce the reverse effect and make it appear as if we do lack effective leadership skills as well as effective focus to get our work done and get it done well, as well as display the right qualities and characteristics as leading working women in our careers and in our businesses. So, how do we go about saying no at work in a way that is most effective, productive for us as well as for the other party? Well, it starts with us, it starts with you, and considering really what fits in and has the most impact for you at the moment. It is not all requests and demands that should be declined, right? But those that have no impact on your current schedule, your current career, or business, and those that really threaten to set you back more, that they can really move you ahead and actually threaten to put you at a disadvantage, should be negated. And that is really the barometer and the kind of measurement skills that you should use to evaluate whether a request or a demand should really be negated or accepted. So it starts with a quick introspective process and a quick look at your work, your schedule, and where you kind of stand in your team, in your department, in your career or business in general, to really analyze and make a quick assessment as to whether this new demand or this new request fits in and if it's deserving of a yes or a resounding no. And many times you just come to the conclusion that it doesn't fit. There's something more important that's on the table. It kind of sets you back and just is not in alignment with what you are trying to do. So once you go through this initial process of assessing the request or the demand that comes at you, you need to dress up your no. Dressing up your no is another way of saying that you need to present it in a way that is the least offensive and that is the most courteous, especially if the no is going to someone like your boss or manager or someone who could be offended, such as a coworker or in your business, a client. So you want to present this no in a very polite and courteous no. You want to thank the person for thinking about you and bringing this request or demand to you and not to somebody else, and for honoring your skills and talents while doing so. Really dressing up your no and expressing it in a very professional, polite, and courteous manner can go a long way towards kind of reducing the negative effect and perception that naturally goes with receiving a no when you are the other party. And last but not least, you want to give it context. You don't just want to say no thank you, but you want to give something as close as possible to a reason as to why you're saying no, especially if you're talking to someone like your boss or your manager manager or even a coworker or a client, right? It may be because you have something else going on that takes precedence, or because right now you have to attend to a certain meeting or project or deadline. Whatever the reason is, you want to use it, to your discretion to give some context to your no, so that the person can go away with a polite and courteous expression of your no, but also kind of understand and get some sense of the context in which you are telling them no. And it just goes a long way towards not having people just not think about you when new requests, demands, or even opportunities come up, but instead consider that you do possess the necessary leadership qualities and traits, and that you do have enough focus to distinguish between what you can realistically and productively accept and what you cannot. So these are my quick tips when it comes to saying no at work in a manner that is productive, efficient, but also least offensive for the other party. So tell me more about how you say no at work and what you've struggled with in terms of saying this dreaded two-letter word in the workplace. For more tips on career, business, and lifestyle for working women, please check out my blog at www.thecorporatesister.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.